Memoirs of Beloved Mary, Mother of Jesus, Heretofore Unchronicled. Chapter 4. An Address by Beloved Mary, Mother of Jesus, February 5th, 1954. On Importance of Meditation and Contemplation, Importance of Gathered Momentums in Decrees, more on Mary's service of forming Sacred Heart, Great Initiation of Jesus, Jesus' visitation with Mary and disciples for 40 days after resurrection. Beloved children, I come to bring to you my love and gratitude for your deep interest in life and to endeavor through conveyed consciousness to show you ways and means by which your individual worlds might again be set into divine order. I do this that you may find yourselves conductors of that presence of God which mentally you have accepted as filling this universe, but which requires the confirmation of your feelings to be ever active through you into this world of form. In a measure, each of you is a bridge conducting the consciousness of the inner realms into the world of form and acting as mediators, even as I do at inner levels, between the fullness of God and the intelligences which represent Him and the mass mind. Mankind may rebel all they wish at the necessity for mediation between the fullness of the Godhead and the outer consciousness. However, the law of life and the intelligence that governs the great universal scheme of creation has provided these step-down transformers in mercy. This is done so that those who voluntarily and consciously descended into the pit might have a chain of energy over which the blessings, the mercy, and the very spiritual life which sustains their souls may flow. In time, over such a chain of energy, when the voluntary energies of their own worlds so desire, they may ascend again into their rightful estate and assume their places as sons and daughters of the Most High living God. Even as the spider weaves out of his body the web and uses it as a means of transportation to and fro, so is the bridge of life energy woven out of the very essence of divinity. It is carried by the messengers and the life streams who may have only a partial connection with the realm of perfection, in order to infiltrate the consciousness, stimulate a love for truth, and wherever possible, act as instruments of faith by which works may be manifest. Each of you has developed over the ages and through the centuries certain momentums that make you conductors for specific qualities that represent the nature of God. These momentums are your individual and voluntary gift to life. They are the treasures stored up in heaven. They are that part of you which we can use to externalize our work and service in the world of form. They are the only part of any life stream with which we are concerned. It is our desire at all times to emphasize and externalize more and more of the nature of God through the leaven in the individual life stream. This leaven may be faith, purity, peace, happiness, or it may be a momentum of teaching or healing. These examples are just to give you a bird's eye picture, you might say, of the way we in the hierarchy work in drawing around ourselves certain life streams who we feel can best serve the divine plan in cooperation with our life. We then endeavor to connect our energies with these individuals through whatever means are at hand. We connect our energies with mankind by radiation, through the contemplation by your blessed selves in thinking upon our presence. We also connect our radiation with your consciousness through the spoken word at the rare intervals when life allows us this privilege. In every instance, every perfected being who lives within the kingdom contacts unascended beings solely to expand the borders of the kingdom, to expand the radiation of perfection, and to draw more light and more of the God gifts into this world of form, into the psychic and astral realm which forms the atmosphere of your planet. My service to life has been connected with the creation of the heart through which the sacred fire is focused into the physical appearance world, giving identity and being to a personality for a time. It is an interesting service that perhaps can be elaborated upon. You use it yourselves in this activity to create a heart center made up of living cells, living intelligent beings having free will. However, this is different from the heart made up of intelligent energy sworn to obedience, which is the physical heart of an individual. When the life stream is given the grant of securing a new earth body, and when the lords of karma have passed on it, that life stream is drawn into my temple. Together we look over the substance and energy which the soul has used, perhaps through eons of time. This is the personal heritage endowed by nature to that soul to form the envelope in which it must function. As I have said before, we endeavor first to fashion from that elemental substance the heart, which is the chalice for the immortal threefold flame of life. The heart cells in the physical body are the most highly developed of the elemental substances that make up the physical form because in the course of their service to life, they require more resistance and more durability in order to stand the beat which gives life to the physical body. Therefore, from among all the elemental substance which will form the flesh garment, the most highly developed electrons are used in the heart. These are drawn into the body of the prospective mother and become part of the flesh of her form, even before conception takes place. Then, through that marvelous intelligence of the builders of form, the heart cells belonging to the new soul are segregated from the body of the mother, always discarding the substance which is of the parent. In this way, the substance which is of the new soul makes this exquisite chalice enfolding the threefold flame of life. It is such a beautiful, mathematical, and scientifically accurate process that I would love to show you in pictures on a screen the precision with which the builders of form magnetize the substance belonging to the incoming soul and cast off again, again, and again, one cell out of every two until this heart is formed. In exactly the same measure and manner, the cells that are to form the spiritual heart of a community, a movement, a great nation, a planet, a universe, or a galaxy are selected from the life streams who have developed the greatest endurance and the greatest purity. These have earned through the ages of time the privilege and honor of forming the canopy of protection around the sacred fire which is to be drawn forth and expanded for the blessing of the masses. From the great body of mankind, there are not available too many cells that can be used for a spiritual heart. From within the spiritually attuned and elect, we find 7 distinct types of individual momentums and consciousness, which could be utilized in the 7 ganglionic centers of the spiritual body of the Christ. These people respond to the impetus of a new activity. They know that they are destined, you might say, to become a part of some vital organ in a great current endeavor, whether it be a world movement or a local political activity. In that response, they sometimes apply for a position within the heart, although they belong to another center. The same spiritual segregation goes on constantly, drawing in the heart cells, purifying them, fitting them one by one into their perfect place, then endeavoring harmoniously, if possible, to draw the other cells into their own vital organism. This is the activity in which you are engaged today, beloved ones. More or less, you are the substance being formed by the hands and hearts of intelligences greater than your own. In this great scheme of things, each one has his perfect place. We who can see have designed so carefully the creation of the spiritual heart. This will be the supplier of the energies to vitalize this great spiritual body that is to be the cosmic Christ of the future, made up of every one of the 10 billion souls destined to incarnate and develop mastery on the earth. The creation of a heart is the most crucial point in the creation of a physical organism. It is also a most crucial point in the creation of a spiritual organization. It requires tremendous application upon the part of each and every life stream who has been summoned by the law and who has been even loosely fitted into the design. As I have been honored this year by being given opportunity to reach the masses, I am also honored by the opportunity of working with those of you who choose to see the design behind the seeming chaos and confusion. As my own momentum allows and the wisdom of my centuries of forming hearts permits, I shall endeavor to help you in your task. In the physical body, if at the time of gestation the cells that are to form the 7 great centers might not polarize properly for some reason or other, or are not held within their orbit perfectly, you have a physical instrument of incarnation that is defective in one or many ways. The spiritual sorting, wherein every life stream takes his perfect place and abides therein, is essential before we can expand the endeavor to raise and redeem the masses and purify all discordantly qualified functions in the spiritual body of the race. We are in a secret and sacred time, a time when I, myself remembering my own experience, suggest that you ponder these things in your heart. Pray on them. Ask the grace of your own Christ self to illumine them to you, and then strain not, but endeavor to be the best self that you can in your appointed place.